we didn't think we'd get here, but a spirited comeback from Movistar Riders has forced us to the decisive map of Anubis. I was about to say Mirage. They all look very similar. We'll start in T-side, though. Definitely an opportunity for them to get the ball rolling early.
Maybe win a pistol round for once, which would be victory here on the nuke. As a result, there's two more players though around mid that they're going to have to contend with, and somehow it's Adam that actually pulls back two, alongside the B aggression that came through as well, that's managed to go ahead and flip this round on its head as Movistar have full control. Mopo's eventually falls, but it's a 1-on-2 for Shelfie.
Needs an early kill here. He's being pressed from all sides. Just's timing is going to be everything. And he gets the freebie. 5 from 5 from the Movistar Riders. The drought of pistol round success continues for forZe. Movi just can't put a foot wrong in these pistols, and it's kept them in this series so far. Clean opportunity here with no bomb plant going down to start building their account on Anubis as well. Continue their successes from Nuke, which was a map that we really weren't expecting to go the way it did. Movi stepped up to the plate brilliantly. Their individuals really starting to fire off. The returning David G putting on a performance to remember, and Mopo's not far behind him. If those kind of individuals can show up again, then we have certainly got a final map and a half on our hands.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we're going to have a close one here between the two. This round, though, I'm not expecting much. Good locks across the board, a single flash, and already aggression up towards A main. That's going to make it very difficult for those pistols to cover any ground. As you can see, intro the smoke straight into the bullets of the MP9s. Even though he Shelfie alone, and well, he had a little bit of a smoke there he was trying to work around. Unfortunately, with only a Glock, there really wasn't much to be done. If he had a P250, he probably would have got that kill.
We've seen a lot of that, to be fair. Just sort of sitting in the corners of smokes and using the partially obscured to get a better drop on your opposition for the first. As you said, if he had a slightly better weapon there, he probably gets it as well. Pause in, though, as we take stock of the situation. A clean 2-0 start. Of course, the rifles were always going to come out here for forZe, and they've got full AKs, decent amount of utility behind them as well. And looking at the stats for these lineups, both teams T-sided, both by roughly the same margin, so expecting to see T-side success more than you would CT. That's fairly common on Anubis. I think the other big thing to note, and it's probably the reason that Movi have let it go here, is that both of these teams played Monty quite recently on this map. forZe lost 5-13, and the Movistar Riders lost 10-13. So a little bit of confidence to be taken there for the majority Spanish team. I know that is really extrapolating stats to the extreme, going back and looking at, common enemies and seeing how that worked out. But there's something to be said for it. Unfortunately, this tech pause is taking a little longer than we thought it would, so we are going to throw it to a very quick break, guys. Hopefully we'll be back soon.
Nothing but the fading light.
Alright, welcome back. We've got our technical issues resolved and we are back into the action with Movistar Riders on a 2-round lead. Or at least we will be very shortly as we get one more reset in just to make sure everything is nice and dandied in.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't be long anyway. I think we've got all the resets in, is it?
Yeah, I believe so.
There we go.
I
Yeah,
hope
they're all
so,
lining
anyway.
properly now anyway. Yeah, a lot of weaker weapons being retained for Movistar as you'd expect coming into this first gun round, but they were pretty firm-handed with those initial couple of rounds in terms of how confident they were playing. I wonder if this massive pause now is going to change that, or if we are going to see them perhaps again continue to aggress and try and get these weaker weapons into strong positions.
It's always a tough one to predict when there are pauses like this, sort of which way things are going to go. Whether teams are going to go cold or just reset and go again. We've seen both. Passive enough start from forZe, aware that the Movistar Riders will likely be retaining some cheaper weapons. Expecting perhaps some proactivity, some aggression, and well, you can see it to some extent in towards mid. Martinez and Adam with an MP9 and a FAMAS respectively looking to press the issue. Davigi doing the same out of E-box. Spots out Krad. Good damage done, but not quite the conversion as now the T side look to charge. Restock gets his first. And the B side starts to open up for the T side. Tanir in with a second, and this one's starting to fall apart for the Movistar Riders. Very limited control, and as Krad takes out Martinez in towards E, it's a job well done. Justin Adam will retreat. See if they can find anything towards the death of this round and look to hold on to their rifles, which are already being hunted quite ferociously by Krad.
Yeah, I mean, they have not got much money in the reserve, so I'm not sure how aggressively they actually want to hunt these weapons. As you said, Krad still pushing over in that direction.
Gone the wrong way, though.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's going back, but yeah, no time at this point. Would have had to have ran towards the spawn, basically. So there will be an M4 and a FAMAS at least carried forward. With that, they can drop and buy up elsewhere as well, so they should be fine. I think Mopos could do with a drop. Adam might give him the FAMAS, maybe. Get M4s then elsewhere, and they'll have a pretty solid buy. Mopos actually ends up with an M4 even in the end.
Good result for forZe, though. A flawless round with the rifles out for the first time. All 5 players up. Again, not anything particularly spectacular, just winning their fights in the engagements.
Was a weird one in towards the connector. They're down on B as well. Forgetting who it was that got caught with the smoke in hand. A couple, was that Davy G, right?
Yeah.
Kept on going for the shoulder peaks with it, despite knowing there was players there. It was just a weird situation.
Yeah, a bit too brave, perhaps. G again wanting to press this smoke in and around. I call that E-box. I'm going to stick with it. Can't quite find his man though, and with Krad now looking to occupy the space that G has left, this B site is under siege. First round of smokes. Mopoz looks to boost over it, but this T side is getting ready for a fully fledged assault on the B site, and it's a game of timings here because Movi are aggressing out A. But how quickly can they get out of main and get those 3 players in a position to assist? Krad rips the head off of Mopoz, and now G mollied out of the corner, doing all he can, just trying to stay alive. Resot gets the trade. It's a 4-on-3 that Movi will want to give a go based on nothing more than the timings they've got here. 2 players working their way in towards the E-box. Adam gets the kill. Gokushima the next issue. He manages to spray down 1, but the trade again is good. They've bought the 2-on-2. And both the remaining T-side players are playing this after plant. Smoke goes out. It locks both of them out of this fight. And buys a lot of time for Movi to clear their corners. Working their way onto the site now. That bomb already a long way ticked, but they're going to get on it. Nade goes in, blows the smoke wide open. The trade is 1 for 1, and that'll be good enough. Shalfie gets the diffuser. Martinez trades it, but has to retreat off the back. forZe have their second round. It's much sketchier than the previous, but they get it over the line, and this will be the one that hurts the CT economy.
Even with the op carried over, that could prompt them into a force buy here. They go for it. I was going to say it doesn't look like it, but then AVG spends a ton. Adam can get an M4 and armor for himself if they do end up buying elsewhere, and they'd have the couple of rifles. But no, they do decide against it in the end. Other than a hero MP9, which makes little sense. I'm kind of confused by what they're going for here. I think they are too.
Yeah, it seems like one of those buys where they've not really thought it through, and someone's just looked at their bank account and gone, yeah, I've got enough, so I'm going to buy, and then we'll work out everything else. Have just about managed to skim this one together, though. 3 MP9s. Adam gets himself an M4A1. There's plenty of angles on this map where an MP9 can do some good work. Connector onto the A site. Exit through E-box onto B. There's plenty of up close and personal positions, and well, the MP9s look to occupy some of those early. Just solo out towards A. Trying to get that AWP singing early as Martinez out of the E-box, but nothing seen, nothing gained. The utility is exchanged towards A main, and that does look like it's where forZe want to put the majority of their efforts early on in this round. Main control is taken just with a wayward spray through the smoke, not connecting onto much of anything. And the aggression over towards B, it's been red, but it's an awkward fight for Tanir, and he only gets a 1 for 1. Now they know this CT side that it has to be the A play, so just up close and personal goes 1 for 1. Adam is there to help his man out and trade it back. And with Shalfie still in mid, this is now Krad solo walking into the A site. He does well to deal with Martinez, and now he knows the last man alive is on the site itself. And somehow forZe stitch it together. That felt very sketchy to the last, but Shalfie's kill in mid is enough. They get their third, and finally we will see the actual reset of the CT economy, because this one cannot be a buy.
No, they'd been wanting to keep the pressure on, and well, they'd done an okay job at least at doing so and keeping the economy down for forZe, but yeah, as you said, they can no longer buy themselves, so this will give now forZe that chance to stabilize. They have a Mach 10 for Shalfie to maybe build up a bit of money if they can keep everyone else standing and put themselves in a good position to keep on building up this T side. Gokushima should have an easy enough kill here. Never mind, it's going to be the AK instead up close that gets to line them up, and with a little bit of assistance there, they managed to indeed come out of the anti-eco with all 5 left standing, so that's a good result. It's probably the cleanest anti-eco we've seen throughout this entire series so far.
By far, by far. It's been very awkward sometimes in the anti-ecos, but forZe get past that one cleanly. And as you said, a nice little money maker. Builds them up into a good position here. They got probably 2 buys in the back pocket before things start to get sketchy again. So pressure back onto the Movistar riders to find their response. And at least early on, the response is some fairly proactive smokes. One deep to the stairs outside of A, but gokushima is having none of it. Through the corner of the smoke, he picks off Mopoz in the E-box. The trade is in towards mid. Martinez able to deal with Krad and fall back off to the relative safety of the A site. Once again, a scrappy affair continues to be just that. Neither team really able to wrestle control of the situation, as now forZe just starting to work their way into the mid control, but the counter is almost immediately in from Justin Martinez. They're going to take A main.
Pushing out to get that control. AVG in the back of A here isn't really, B rather, isn't going to be able to do anything as they start pushing through. That flank's going to be way too late as well, as the bomb is likely to go down in just a couple of seconds now. So, yeah, this is bad. gokushima even checks that flank in through water, gets himself a pick, and they can finally commit to the bomb going down. Martinez and AVG already look like they're contemplating the save as really the only viable option.
Shalfie's flank did a hell of a lot of work there, pushed his way all the way up mid, and then as his teammates hit B, he comes through Temple, gets a critical kill that unlocks the whole defense. gokushima, it felt a little risky him swinging into that angle. Bomb on his back. Could have left it in the grasp of an AWP, but got away with it. And now Shalfie a little more keen to hunt this one down on this occasion, gets his first. That nade should give away the sound cue that Martinez is here lying in wait, and Shalfie rips his head off. He will not allow Movistar riders to save a damn thing. Well executed by the T side of forZe. It felt a little scrappy in the opening moments, but they took the control, found their execute. And Movi will once again be back on the half by trying to make something of upgraded pistols, although Martinez has, I was about to say, very briefly bought a FAMAS. Changed his mind swiftly, however.
They've got to turn this around here and now, really. Otherwise, we're going to see maybe a similar affair to how things played out on Ancient, which is not what we want after such a great back and forth on Nuke. Pistols and Kevlar again is the best they get. Good nades at least. They should have. Adam bought up a decent amount. They have the full loss bonus, so I'd expect elsewhere for some investment to come in. Question is, what did they go for? With these weaker investments so far, we haven't been seeing anything too crazy. Maybe some mid-aggression. We haven't really seen that. Get the smoke in deep, try and get the drop down towards water, where there has been one or two players nearly every round that you could perhaps steal a weapon from even.
They have got that deep smoke into mid, but not really doing anything with it, and the nade through it from gokushima will confirm that. Instead, they're going to go for the same main aggression again, seems the play. 3 players here. And Resop's left himself in a bit of an odd position here. Pushed up aggressively, just tries to jump the corner. Gets his head cleaved off. Got to imagine if the other players had gone with him there, Resop would have been at real risk of being overwhelmed. Instead, he's just able to isolate the fights, and as much as Mopoz does manage to grab one in towards the E-box and an AK to save, the round is certainly going to go the way of forZe, and you've got to imagine, I mean, you see it on the minimap here, the T-side already starting to fan out in their hunt of this rifle to try and make absolutely sure that it is not to be saved. Resop's low on HP, so he's got to be a little cautious with this. And Mopoz's silent for now. Yet to be spotted, but the timing's bad for him. Resop gets the clean 1 tap. It's 6 on the board for forZe. A much, much better showing from them here on the first half of Anubis than what we saw at the death of Nuke.
Yeah, this is it. Only 1 kit, I believe, which could be an issue if it comes down to a retake, but I think for Movistar, they don't want it to be getting that close anyway. They need to start taking some commanding rounds here if they want to truly get back into this game. Looks like they might actually aggress out your way with the 2 players pushing up.
They've tried that a good few times, though. It's had really mixed success. Martinez this time has just posted on the AWP, hoping that Resop pushes a little too far. And we've seen Resop occupy this angle before. So Martinez should well be aware of the possibility. Game of nerves here. Who's got the patience? Resort's toying with it. Yet to commit, though, as his teammates now starting to pass some pressure on towards mid. A little bit of a fake out towards B, but nothing significant. Still, it keeps 3 players waiting as now Resort's got the support, but gokushima picked. And Result didn't seem ready to trade that whatsoever. Shalfie has managed to find one in mid, however, and there's Result chiming in with a huge headshot. Adam has just about managed to make a rotation into mid here. Trying to play top of the smoke, but Tanir is very ready for it. And again, this has to be a save for the Movistar Riders. Mopos and David G nowhere near the fight. Guaranteed lead at the half for forZe, and this T-side's really starting to click for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just autopilot mode, really, it seems, at the moment for forZe, right? They don't have to do anything crazy. They just move together to get these trades pretty effectively, and only really now at the end of the round are these kills starting to come in from Movistar to allow a couple of weapons to be saved.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels weird, doesn't it? We saw so much from Movi on map 2, and it's just gone quiet again. Sort of wonder if it's something to do with the in-game leading. And there's just not that fallback for when things go quiet, you know. When the individuals are popping off, it looks great, but as soon as it starts to struggle, is there the read or the idea to get themselves out of jail and get them back into that flow state? This is the kind of round where they could do with that kind of a read. Full rifle buy. Just taking a sacrifice onto a FAMAS. Martinez on an M4A1 rather than an AWP, but other than that, it's a good buy and some good opening damage onto gokushima as well.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, one of the better starts Movistar have had, especially now as Davy finds the opening kill. Peeked in through E-box, I believe. Yeah, found a player at the back there. It's gokushima, who you said had already been slightly tagged up. That was unnecessary, though. That he just did not need to keep on fighting there.
Got himself in trouble and he's punished for it. More aggression called by the CT side, however, and they are going to start to confirm that B is wide open. Mopos clearing on through. The question is, can his teammates get the kills to make it worthwhile information to have? Shalfie taking out Adam in mid. It seems like it may not even be the case. Martinez and just now bunkered down on the A site. Martinez with a pop flash to try and get just through the smoke, but the timing just isn't quite there. Result gets a gift, and now it is Martinez isolated on an island. Mopos still all the way on B. Nothing he can do to help his teammate out. And again, just methodically picked apart despite finding that man advantage, as you said, just a little overzealous on that peak. And from there, forZe able to manipulate that mid control, isolate the 1v1s, and slowly crank up the pressure in towards that A site. Mopos hoping to save the M4A1 on a very off angle. Near should and will clear it though. 8 on the board for forZe. They are stomping their way through the T side of Anubis.
Yeah, I mean, I was all revved up, ready to come into this game, expecting a close one after the overtime on Nuke and after what was, I mean, a fairly eventful Ancient. Even the scoreline didn't show it quite as much, but yeah, it's not happening here on Anubis. Just a slow roll right now for forZe on this T side. And again, they're back on the half buy. Movistar don't even have all the weapons they'd want. They'll be playing for at best the 9-3 half. That's going to be the goal unless they can somehow steal this one away.
For now, at least, they've got the stack in the right area. Heavy concentration of, well, the overwhelming majority of their firepower over towards B as they look to push aggress through B main. They get an early pick. Davigi again, this time Adam there to back him up with a second. Make that a third. That is more like it. Adam over on B with aggression from his teammates. Looking to steal away a third round. This would be the first round they've managed to win with rifles in hand, and that's exactly what they do. Pistol round conversion, round number 11. That's all Movistar have at the moment. But it's more than they should realistically have. They get away with one. The aggression into B main pays off at long last. And that gives them a very strong full buy to try and get something more out of this half. 8-4 is something to work with. When both teams are T-sided, that's not the end of the world.
Plan for Movistar. They need to try something again. They're going for that A aggression. It looks like we're tempted to also peek in towards the E box, but, well, will that be needed is the question, because they've already found the opening on that A push. I think now happy to just sit back and try and keep that advantage to play with rather than throwing things away as we've seen in the past.
Certainly would be the smart suggestion. Gokushima just trying to get on the angle. Very nearly pre-fires into Daviji. Second bite at it will succeed. And now Mopos, hoping to be cheeky through the smoke, has caught himself a really nasty timing here. I don't think Tanir has any idea that this is a possibility. Back turned, free kill. However, that has drawn a very heavy-handed rotation over towards B, and that bomb is going to go down for free on A. Gokushima able to retreat out without too many problems, and Shalfi already in position to punish the rotates. A quick kill onto Justin. It buys forZe a 3v3. How well can they hold on to it is the question. The afterplant positions are not fantastic, and neither is that bomb plant. Mopos to work his way into main, but Gokushima's having none of it, and Martinez has still got to clear out mid. That is burning precious time off an already reducing clock. Martinez posted up in con, but he's not being given a peek. That bomb is surely too far gone at this point. Shalfi gets one. Adams can't finish his food, and well, he's stuck. There's nothing more he can do. He gets one, but it's a quick trade. 9-3, forZe dominating as we head to the halftime. A dominant first half from forZe, much like what we saw over on Ancient. Relieves with Movistar Riders requiring a little bit of a miracle here. They are 5 from 5 in pistol rounds. Can they make it the clean sweep across this best of 3? As they look to run down Shalfie, well, he gets 1.5 with his first shot. A clean headshot onto Just that goes through onto Mopos, but they will continue, and the trade is good. With Julie's in towards main, a quick kill from davidG really opens up the opportunities despite the low HP bars. Krad traded 1 for 1, and the man advantage is still there for the T side as that bomb looks to make its way in through heaven. A fast flank from Tanir may get something, but it's all on timings now. That bomb's still a long way away from home as low HP bars aren't going punished. davidG swings wide for the headshot, and gokushima, well, position no, needs a miracle. 1. As he manages to isolate Planter, but Martinez lies in wait still behind that pillar, giving absolutely nothing away. Gokushima onto the Glock as he looks to isolate just any of these fights. Someone give him something, and he's desperately close, but it's just not quite to be. Martinez with the trade, and that is a clean sweep. 6 pistols from 6 for the Movistar Riders, Dean.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous that they've won all of these pistol rounds, and it's still forZe who have the overall lead on this final map. I mean, the fact that the first map goes the way of forZe so easily without a single pistol round is insane. The fact that it then goes to overtime on Nuke without, again, forZe winning a pistol round, it's been crazy. The gun rounds have been very heavily one-sided throughout this series so far. Nothing really been bought up at all here on the CT side. The nade stack as well, and the Shalfie absolutely destroyed. USB is actually doing some damage. Okay. A little bit of a dink on the Just as well. I don't think they're going to get really much more, but another kill even at this point would be a solid find. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. Instead, 1 frag for like 0 investment. I don't even think they had a P250 or anything. No?
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, is it? Very nearly a second onto Just as well. As you said, dink down to 22. A couple of bullets would have finished the job, just not quite able to connect them. Buy will come in. It's not a bad buy either for this CT side. I mean, Gokushima has gone for the glass cannon, which is always a brave choice. First time out called by forZe as they try and work out what the counter's going to be. The problem with that glass cannon, and indeed with Tanir not picking up the head armor, is you've got 2 Galils and a Mac-10, which are experts at punishing unarmored opponents. So it's a big risk for Gokushima to take. He's not had a bad series, especially considering the state of the AWP in the current meta. But would need something a little special to make this AWP work in this round, I suspect.
Yeah. Let's see now. Will we see any aggression from forZe, or are they just going to sit back and try and let Movistar play into them? Because, again, the gun rounds overall have definitely been forZe-sided. So I feel like Movistar definitely will still be feeling the pressure quite a bit more. Tanir must have ate a nade or something. Not sure how that happened.
Yeah, nade over towards E-Box on the push. It's fairly common. Krad, though, under pressure in the E-Box, and they want to up the pace here. Movistar, they want to get into B, and that's exactly what they're doing. Gokushima doing all he can, but now he's been mollied out. Spammed out, naded, dead. Shalfie and Resort are left in a 2-on-3, just floundering in the smokes. Can they even afford to give this one a go is the question. No kit. Smoke, sure. Resort will get 1. But that bomb just continues to tick down, and you can see Mopos and Martinez have already put themselves in fantastic afterplants. The smoke goes towards main. It isolates the 1-on-2, sure, but with a molly onto the bomb now, there's no smoke to defuse, and Martinez's position, while it's known, is nigh on impossible to clear out without the util. And that bomb will be the T-side's ultimate friend as Shalfie and Resort just look to escape with the guns they can hold. A 6th round on the board for the Movistar Riders. Their first rifle round ends in success.
Yeah, and slowly but surely we're seeing them starting to build their way into this game. The op carried forward, and an M4 as well, at least for forZe, so they've got something to work with. But again, back to the half investment, and as I said, slowly but surely, that gap, that divide and score that forZe had over Movistar is starting to slip away from them. And what the call is Shelfie pushing up on mid, it looks like. I think he has the up behind them as well, am I correct? He does indeed have the support to gokushima, so they're looking to try and put these stronger weapons together, hopefully get a kill or two in the early stages and see if they can play off of that advantage. Slice smoke block, I don't think he's going to do much.
Not much of anything. Shelfie, though, has managed to find an opening. Aggressive all the way up mid. With the AWP to back him up, as you said. He's found an angle. He needs to make those rifles work, and that's exactly what he does in these opening moments. reSolt needs to be so careful, though, and with gokushima going down simultaneously, the round swings precariously back in the Movistar Riders' favour. reSolt spamming out just a little too much, staying a little too long. At the very least, Shelfie has joined the Deagle of Tanir over on this A site. How much will that matter, though? Missed first shot from Tanir will start to allow these T's in. The molly will start to flush him out. Nothing he can do. And Shelfie, in a precarious spot, smoked off his angles. Nothing he can really do as he's losing teammates left, right, and centre here. Has to concede, has to consider saving the M4. And that's if Movi will even let him.
Yeah, I mean, they might. I don't know how aggressively Movistar are going to want to hunt. They know there's a weapon in play, sure, but they also knew it wasn't the full buy here, so no matter what, forZe are going to be coming onto the rifles in the next round either way. So I don't think it's too worth throwing away one of their own AKs. Yeah, you can see they're not too adamant on the hunt. So Shelfie should be pretty safe. Actually being very cautious as they exit through mid together. Yeah, 7 rounds on the board for Movistar. Pretty clean as well over these past couple, importantly. Meaning they do have plenty of economy for if they lose a round or even 2 to keep on funding those investments, most likely. Although rebuying the utility here has left them a little bit lower than I think they'd like on a couple players. They still have that security blanket, so let's see. 2-2 in the difference now. forZe, after a tremendous first half of 9-3, need to try and find their footing here again on the CT side. It's not something new. Again, we've seen them lose every pistol round and have to get going once the guns are in play.
That's going to be the critical point. If they lose this series, 6 from 6 pistol round losses. Just not acceptable across the BO3. What's the response now? In need of a big round. reSolt toying with the main aggression, but nobody there to support, so we can't afford to hang around too long. gokushima posted on mid, but for now being dodged by the T side, and he's got to hold 2 angles at once here. Martinez will walk in for 1, but now he's got to be careful, gokushima. Yeah, he's realised the threat. Falls back to the relative safety of exit, picks himself a new angle to hold. Looks to go round the smoke, though. He wants to continue contesting this, and he will. Second clean kill. Movistar Riders feeding the beast right now. Making it all too easy for the AWP in mid to buy this CT side a 3-on-5 in what could be a critical swing round. Mopos can't even afford to swing for the trade because he's got to go get bomb. And look to group it up with 40 seconds left on the clock out towards A.
reSolt really, alongside gokushima, get even 1 more kill, just keep this advantage and kind of push into the bomb site itself. It would be more than enough considering the time, as davvy trades back 1, but they seem to have decided against committing to A. They don't have time really to get going anywhere else unless it's as quick as possible, so I think they're probably forced into a save at this point.
No,
10 seconds, they want to go for it. This is crazy. Even 1 kill stops them completely. There we go. Krad should be able to ensure there's no bomb planted. It's just about time in theory for the bomb to be planted, but surrounded by players, so it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, that was a decision. I don't really have much more to say than that. They just fed the AWP in mid. There's nothing more than that really to it. They just walked into the AWP twice, gave him 2 free kills, and from there, forZe are more than capable of trading down those remaining deaths. So this is a really critical round now for both sides of the equation, really. If Movi lose it, their economy breaks. A 1900 loss bonus won't sustain them again. And for forZe, well, they would just about be able to buy. The sacrifice of head armor on multiple players has put them in a position where they could maybe string it together, but it would not look pretty. Pressure in towards mid to start things off.
Sticking around too much on that CT side. Movistar though, heavy on this mid control. Likely in towards the A split, you'd imagine, considering the current positions. But there's a lot of time still for them to slow this down and see what sort of responses are going to come from forZe. But at the moment, I believe we've pushed a player out through B. He hasn't really committed fully to that aggression to go for any sort of flank or anything, but he is peeking out of B, so they realise there's not much going on this side of the map.
Yeah, it's the AWP, unfortunately, so they can't really afford to send him too far. It's going to be Tanir who's the early warning sign here, and he's going to have to get something done because there's 4 players headed his way. Timing on this is everything. The smoke is good, even better. Tanir looking for the spray down. Flashbang will be his undoing, but Shalfie is there to back his man up. 2 big kills, a missed shot from Martinez on the AWP, very nearly punished. The damage will surely be significant. Mopoz is lurking in towards the connector. Result is a little isolated for now. Gokushima can't really afford to rotate into the grasp of a Mac-10. And Result has no idea that Mopoz could be there. It's a free kill, a free rifle, and a free bomb plant. 2 on 2. Pressure's on. The nade from Gokushima will do it, though. That will deny plant. And now Mopoz has to stick it. Fast flank coming in from Krad is surely a free kill on the spray down, and indeed it is. It's a little sketchy again, a little awkward for forZe, but they get their 11th. And let's see what the money looks like as this defuse comes in. It's just about good enough for the Movistar Riders to try again.
Yeah, just about. I mean, a couple of players don't quite have what they need for the AK and the full armor, so we'll see. As you can see, a little on Martinez, probably the same for Mopoz with limited utility. Everyone else at least onto the AKs. But it's now or never. If they lose this, they have an even worse investment to try and fight for an overtime in the next round. So it's yeah, it's a scary spot to be in. What's the play? More of a standard default this time, it looks like, for the B side. They're not heavily focused really towards any one area in particular. Maybe expecting the aggression from forZe, as we've seen.
They do want main early here, and they've got it. Result goes down, and they know he plays this site solo, so as the smoke goes out, they're starting to isolate. Panicked rotations coming in towards mid should give Mopoz an opportunity. Tucked behind these doors as Just catches Krad on the aggression. There's Mopoz chiming in with another and make it a double. Tanir can't finish his food. A critical round, but it's going to swing the way of the Movistar Riders. They will continue to fight. Gokushima is absolutely trapped as well. There's no way he gets to save. And as you look down the economy of this CT side, it is not pretty.
No, this
Here comes the hunt.
Dominant round here. There should be a free op any second now for them to recover as well. If they want it, yeah, they do indeed. Martinez still on the Galil though, didn't get the AK unfortunately. Either way, 8-11. It was a must-win round, as we had said. The economy is just about on the edge of being able to buy here for forZe. Tanir's a little bit low on money. I mean, considering the scoreline, I don't know, maybe pistols and body armor would be a decent shout here. Just focus towards a really strong gun round when they can. But now they're going to go for it. Understandable. It's still 5 rifles. They've got decent utility behind it as well. They managed to work it out, so...
No kit. Always makes me nervous. Martinez posts. Result absolutely chews on a HE. They want aggression out main. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Krad grabs one more towards E, and that's a big shot for Martinez to miss. Burns down to 44 in the following Molotov as well. Could have been a 3-on-3. Instead, CT man advantage. Result with sound cues. Knows a man has dropped. Wants to go for it. Drops. Gets punished. A big decision to make, and one that may well be his undoing here. Krad, running out of ammo, is stuck on the edge of a Molotov, taking a ton of damage. And Shalfie is not in a good position either, but they both come out with big kills. Right when the whole thing could have fallen apart, they find their opportunity. Martinez left. How many times has he been asked to clutch for this Movistar Riders roster? He gets the early kill. Information gathered by the CT side, though, and Gokushima just knows he has to play time, play the sound cues. Support is incoming. Bomb looks to be planted, and Gokushima even goes for the denial. 12 on the board for forZe. 4 opportunities to finish the job. And this one is not a good buy either for Movi.
Oh, it really was. Worst case scenario, pick up one round, immediately get slapped in reverse, and well, the only positive is that they get a moment to at least have a bit of a chat while we waited on was it Krad to reconnect?
Well, we've got a Krad. I think we've
Got
got
everyone now.
everyone.
We've got everyone back. There was a player missing for a moment though. I just didn't manage to know who it was before they were all back in the server, so that was my issue. By the way, 4 chances for forZe to put an end to this. This will probably be the easiest of those 4 chances, considering again a couple of Galils, or 3 Galils actually in play.
Certainly feels like it should be.
Only just about scraping together their buy here on the CT side though as well. See them dropping about. Does Shalfie have a rifle even? The bot, yeah, there you go.
Must be a ping thing, I'd imagine, as we wait patiently for everyone to get situated. Such a critical round, you can understand the players wanting everything to be as close to perfect as possible. And here we go. Series point for forZe. Anubis, the final battleground. It's taken all 3 maps. Movistar winning 6 pistols has really kept them in it. But this is a golden opportunity for forZe to put the series to bed. Better buy, better situation. What can Movi pull out of their back pocket to make this round a reality? It's 5 down towards A early. And I suspect it's going to be 5 down towards A quite quickly here. They're not mucking around with B. They're not mucking around with mid. Result and Shalfie in position to receive, but there is nobody on a close rotation. Good Molotov goes deep. That should be sound cues as Util comes over the top. Smoke goes down. Follow up CT Molly as damage is done through the smoke, but the first push is pushed back. The Util holds firm for now. What's the response from the Movistar Riders? The first pop has failed. They look to regroup deep inside spawn.
Just creeping it back in towards mid. Probably for display, considering they've left Adam outside of A.
They can dodge Gokushima again as well. We've seen him play this position a couple of times, and it leaves him vulnerable to the door walkout. There it is, 1-for-1 trade. And now the A split is on. Result and Shalfie to be the heroes. There's one for the M4A1, but the trade is instant, and Martinez grabs the double. A 2-on-3 for forZe to consider. Thoughts to be had. Just goes down early on the angle, but the trade again is instant from Martinez. Inside of that site, he hasn't missed a beat. And for Tanir, it's been a tough old Anubis. 5 kills to his name in the 20 rounds we've had. Martinez just dances around the cake. He will go down, but taking a lot of Tanir's health with him. HE towards main, tries to chip away at Adam, but he goes ahead of it and gets his man. 3 more to go for the Movistar Riders.
Yeah, well played there by Adam. Steps ahead of the nade, as you said, and it just wasn't expected. He figured, cool, threw the nade down. That would have kept him at bay if he was there for at least a few seconds. Instead, Adam takes that time to get the jump on him. I was surprised Tanir didn't use that nade initially when he was dealing with the player on the middle of the bomb site as well, because it took so long for him to actually get that kill. Either way, 3 more chances to put an end to it. This one is probably not when they're going to do it, though, considering they're looking at a full eco pretty much.
Yeah, realistically, it's 2, isn't it?
Couple of pistols, maybe. I mean, we've seen some crazy things happen, so I don't want to completely count them out, but yeah, shouldn't be happening. There should be 10 on the board for Movistar after this one pretty easily. Oh, Shalfie. What are you doing?
They're going for it.
What are you doing?
I think they're going for it on the basis that even if they don't this round, then next round is a buy, and the final one before OT is an eco. Or, you know, a dodgy half, not full eco. So they're going to force here. If they get it done, great. If not, then they've got the last round. A full buy on the last round. I can understand the logic.
I mean, either way, they're only getting one full gun round then, right?
But no matter which way you paint it, they're getting one full gun round. But this gives them a better opportunity now to press the issue. And that's exactly what they're doing. Result straight into main. But look at the T side. All 5 players again outside A main. And this time the CTs really don't have the util to back it up to stall this hit from coming in. They do have presence. There's multiple players here, but Adam full blind deals with the first. Result goes down. Gokushima caught, smoke in hand, and this one's a goner. Tanir goes down for free. Shalfie is spamming, but he's not going to get a damn thing. And at this point, yeah, you need to back away. The next round is a full eco, and look at the hunt. Got to imagine it will come through for the Movistar Riders as the bomb makes its way to A, and it will be double digits for the T side.
Yeah, this was what I was worried about. I'm sure they're going to save an M4 and an MP9, but now they're on the eco, and it'll be right to the wire in that last round. As you said, they weren't going to be getting more than a single gun round either way, but just pressing the issue here seemed like a big risk. Team kills, okay. DaVinci's got a few team kills, I think. He doesn't care. He takes absolutely no prisoners. If you step in front of him while he's in the middle of a fight, you are going down.
I mean, it's certainly an approach. Sharpen desperately trying to hold on to this rifle, and he swings. Martinez gets his man. An awkward spray down is his undoing, and now, yeah, this is the really rough round. 2,900 loss bonus coming. Realistically, you don't want to be spending a penny here. Knowing that you want the util, you want the kits, you want something to contest the final round of regulation. One flashbang for Tanir, that is it. The call is B. All 5 CTs lying in wait. Hoping just to catch some kind of a push off guard, some kind of stack. Tanir is ready with the pop flash. But Movistar Riders, of course, they don't bite. They sit, they wait. Do seem committed to B, however. So they will be walking into the belly of the beast. The problem is the beast hasn't got very many teeth left. Initial pistol shots. Nothing connected. Here comes the push. Where's the flashbang? Gokushima's been spotted. There goes the flash. Resort gets one. But that's your lot. DaVinci dinked down to 11. Again, a ton of damage done, but just not quite the conversion thereafter. Tanir does grab a second before the death. It's irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, but it's something to raise the morale, perhaps give you a little bit more kill bonus to work with, because this is it. If you're going to finish it in regulation, it has to be now, forZe.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at potentially another overtime game here. Looks very, very plausible right now. Or as they're finally back on the guns. They've been missing these for the last 3 or so rounds. Looks like a much more passive default as well coming out of Movistar, knowing that they're finally up against another investment again. They play things pretty safely, expecting maybe some aggression even to come in.
I like the change up from forZe. Gokushima's now posted A main, where typically we've seen Result. Question is, does that leave them with enough firepower to hold off this B site as the execute starts to come in? Molotov licking at the feet of Krad. Presence towards main, but Krad gets one. Adam through the smoke, instant with the trade, and now it's on Shalfie to get it all done. It's a rough old spray, but he's got Tanir to back him up. Fading away through the smoke, he somehow stays alive long enough for the trades to come in, and it will be forZe. A brawl on the B site finishes it all. What a poetic way for the game to go. 13-11 in the final map. It goes down to the absolute last second. But it is forZe. They get their victory. They get it done despite